Yeah, let me cut that off real quick. Blessings, guys. What's going on? Crew 704 on the overflow. It's been a while since I haven't gone onto this. I've been busy doing other things, and I know you've been watching me on Facebook at times. But what am I gonna do with all all my subscribers? They keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. You know what? And that's my fault. And I ask you for forgiveness and an apology for it. I should continue more on what I know more of and less of what I do know. And because of that, it kind of takes people away of it. And I wanted to really get back into this to show love and support. Also, at the same time, it is Holy Week. Excuse me. It is Holy Week, and yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow will be Easter, and I don't want you guys to really think that I forgot about you guys at all. I always like to give my comments, my ideas, all sorts of things that come are to my mind. But really quick, I know this week has been a big thing. And the good thing about it is that we never forget who God is. God is great. God is awesome. God is perfect. He's omnipresent, but he's always there. When we don't expect it, he's always there on time for us. His time is perfect in ours. It's just like, whatever. So, in the midst of all that, I wanted to share with you guys this week. I know that, let's see if I can get over here. Yeah, I believe that this week we had the King of Kings movie that has come out. It was written, and believe it or not, this movie was very questionable. And if you can see just by the beginning of this trailer, you can tell that it's very, very, very questionable, this movie. And I say this because it was written and it was passed down through generations by Charles Dickens. And everyone knows Charles Dickens from the Christmas Carol, the old famous movie about the three ghosts, Ebenezer Scrooge, and trying to get him on the right path and stuff like that. This was his version of it, of I guess King of Kings, of Jesus. Now, a lot of us don't understand about who Charles Dickens is, and I'll break it down real quick. Charles Dickens was a universalist, so he believed that God is all the same. God is the same for every belief. Jesus is the same for every culture and stuff like that. When they say Jesus is one thing, when Jesus is another, we have this thing where we think that when we say, "Oh, your God is the same as my God." Not necessarily. That's not how it goes, because some people's belief in God and Jesus are different perspective on a lot of beliefs. But universalism is they believe that they're all in oneness. They're all in oneness, and that's wrong. That's number one. That's wrong. So I wanted to get this trailer just to give you a rundown of what it is. If those who haven't seen it, I'm just showing you a trailer, and just to let you know what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me for just a moment.
King Arthur!
Get down from there!
1, 2, 3!
You are not King Arthur!
Charles, you're going to tell him a great story about forgiveness.
Can we do this without the cat?
Stop right there.
Our story begins 2,000 years ago when baby Jesus came into the world.
Wait, stop. If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
This story is about the King of Kings.
If you're with me, then I know that I will fly.
It has angels and wicked kings and miracles.
What's this?
Oh, so you want to hear the story now? Why don't we help Jesus along the way? There's not nearly enough food here to feed all of these people.
I hope this helps.
Look! There's something out there!
Not scared anymore like I used to be.
Don't be
afraid. This was a miracle to some, but a threat to others.
Why don't we just turn the people against him?
Open up my eyes and see, and I'm not only wishing, dreaming.
Thank him.
Can't we help it?
Yes, but not the way you think.
Is that your daddy?
It's time.
I will fly.
This is what my father wants. I'll accept it, and so should you.
You see, a true king serves his subjects.
I will fly.
If you have faith, you'll become stronger than before.
It is a great story.
All right, so let me go back here just for a second so you guys can see this. I want you guys to see this really good. It's very important that we don't miss this. It is a, let me see. All right. It is a story told by Charles Dickens. It was not a story told by the Gospels. Now, the situation here with King of Kings is they do not speak of, they speak of Jesus' morale, the morale of God. And it's necessary to have that, to learn that. But before we get to the morals of God, we need to understand about the Gospels, about what they meant, what they are, and it doesn't share that. And that's the problem that I have with this, where you don't share the gospel, the good news of Jesus, of what he's come to do and why he's here. It talks about, it doesn't talk about sin and justification, sanctification and justification, all these different things, with it. And we definitely need to get a better understanding of Christ. If we're going to instill stuff like this, and the thing is that it's a story told by Charles Dickens. He's a writer that it's not incorporating the Gospels. He has not incorporated. It's just basically the morals of Jesus. But to understand the morals of Jesus and to understand the things of Jesus, of God, we need to understand what the Gospels are. And without the Gospels, everything is irrelevant. We need to understand what the Gospels are. Why is it so important? And in that, we can understand the morale of Jesus and why. This whole universalism is all about being a good person and doing the right thing. And the thing that it misleads people in that. We need to come to an understanding what salvation is, what acceptance is. We need to understand that. Not just I'm a good person, that's good enough. No, that's wrong. Because Scripture says that no one is good, not anyone is good. So we don't want to be lost by this therapeutic, this deistic therapeutic thought of theology. We need to really come back to its roots, to what it is. Yes, morally being Christ-like is the factor, but we have to understand what the Gospels are. We need to understand what Romans is, the road to Romans of salvation, the depravity. We need to understand those concepts. And if we don't understand those concepts, it becomes a problem because of that. So guys, I want you to really, if you're going to go see this movie, come with discernment, come with understanding, read through your word and stuff like that to understand what it is. Because if not, then we'll definitely be, we'll have people that's lost in that understanding. They'll go based on what they watch, and then what happens is that they get lost in the cause of this. Remember, it's just, like I say, they give you a heads up. It was a story told by Charles Dickens. Yes, they give you what he's done, these miracles, the things he's done, the death, the resurrection, but they have to give you, and this is where it's very important, they have to give you explanation. Why? And some of us miss that. Yes, they talked about sin, but it's just, they just say sin, but they don't give an explanation. What is sin? They don't understand that sin is something that's against God and not towards God. The sin, you have to understand that sin is what is missing the target. of who Christ is and going off a different way. We have to understand that. But in the midst of that, we definitely lose ourselves in that. We definitely lose ourselves in that. So, guys, if we're going to watch King of Kings, please come with discernment. Please come with understanding. Keep with an open mind, not just to see what it is for what it is, but to have a better understanding who Christ was, what he did, and then the Gospels as well. Morally, he is perfect in every way, but we have to understand why he came, why he did what he did. Why did he take the dirtiness of me, my sin, and put it upon himself? If I was supposed to be up there, we need to understand that. And I don't think they kind of truly explain that to us. So, guys, if you're going to go watch this, be very careful. Use discernment at all cost, because it's very important that, that things like this do not get tainted into what the gospel has taught us. Guys, I'm Crew 704. This is the Overflow, and I should be changing it up a little bit more, changing things around, because this right here is, I think, in my heart, it's going to go in a positive way, but I don't want you guys to miss out. So, as always, guys, Crew 704 at the Overflow Podcast. Guys, if you guys have comments or something like that, hit me up. It's always share. And as always say, stay blessed.